Koepp triple murder trial continued today. Defense attorneys began presenting their case in which Koepp's ex-wife and her family took the stand. Rock County reporter Brad Chaimson was there and joins us with the details in Janesville. Brad?
Maria, the defense really hopes right now that they can provide enough evidence that someone other than the defendant, James Koepp, could be responsible for these murders. Now, today, as you said, was the first time the defense called witnesses, and they're trying to paint Koepp in a more positive light. Defense attorney Walter Isaacson depicted defendant James Koepp as a softer, nurturing family man. Jennifer Himes, the wife of Koepp's then stepson, says Koepp was babysitting her kids earlier during the day of the murders.
Was Jim making cookies with the kids at that point?
Yeah, Nancy had made a batch of cookies before she went, and then they cooked them. They were, putting them all out, and they cooked them. So I didn't get to bake them, but yeah, they baked them.
The defense has argued that Danietta Lentz and her two teenage children, Nicole and Scott, were killed by an unknown assailant in a botched robbery attempt. Koepp's ex-wife, Nancy Kunkel, testified a suspicious SUV was located near the Lentz home when she returned from work after midnight, the night the family was slain.
And the reason why I noticed this is because it was parked in the middle of right in the middle of the road, and as I went around, I was going, "You jerk," but there was nobody in the car.
The defense didn't elaborate beyond the suspicious vehicle, though in cross-examination, the state argued if indeed that SUV was there, it may not necessarily have been at the Lentz's home.
Yeah, somewhere in there, somewhere.
All right, and somewhere in there, but you're not exactly sure. And there's other buildings and trailers along this side of the road, right?
Yes.
While the defense argued to support its own theory, the state's questioning of Koepp's ex-wife supported its case that Koepp killed the Lentz family to hide an affair he had with Danietta.
Your marriage was over if you found out that he was cheating on
Going
you,
into the relationship.
He knew that when he went into the relationship.
Yes.
Two of the witnesses that were speaking today, one that you heard from at the very beginning of that being Jennifer Himes, and Koepp's former mother-in-law were both neighbors to the Lentz family. And what was interesting in all this is both the prosecution and defense were trying to show that neither of those witnesses heard anything the night of the murders. And then later in the week, hopefully, as this trial continues, we'll find out why they were both going for that same point. Now, the defense will call its own DNA expert next week, along with several inmates at the Columbia Correctional Institution, where Koepp has been serving a separate prison sentence. And again, this will all continue on Monday.
Brad Chaimson live in our Rock County Bureau. Brad, thank you very much.